last year, Trading212 launched their Cash ISA, and we, amongst many other people, proclaimed it to be the best Cash ISA on the market, as it was seemingly better than what every other provider offered in every aspect. It launched with an interest rate well over 5%, and with the other features that were on offer, people did begin to ask themselves, what was the catch here? Initially, people speculated that the money inside your Cash ISA wasn't covered by FSCS protection, which we already debunked in another video, but in short, the money you hold inside the Cash ISA should be covered by FSCS, but it's when you choose to earn interest on your uninvested cash inside your investing accounts that Trading212 will hold some of your money in money market funds, and this means that the money is being invested and therefore not covered by FSCS protection. So it didn't really seem like there was a catch, at least not at this point. However, we did suggest that the interest rates the Cash ISA launched with, the over 5% rate, was unsustainably high and at some point they would need to decrease it. And it turns out we weren't wrong, as since then the rates have been lowered multiple times, with the current rate sitting at 4.81%, which is a variable rate as well. Now, it's not unusual for banks or brokers to constantly be changing their interest rates on cash ISAs, as interest rates are always subject to change, but at the time of recording, these are the current Trading212 rates in their cash ISA. The reason this isn't unusual is because the interest rates that these providers offer will reflect the Bank of England's base rate, and this has been dropped multiple times over the last couple of years. So basically every bank and cash ISA provider has lowered their interest rates as a result. So that isn't the issue here. However, Trading212's Cash ISA has undoubtedly gotten worse, and there do seem to be better options on the market for generating interest right now, which we'll cover shortly. But let's look at where Trading212 have gone downhill with their Cash ISA. Firstly, Trading212 are now offering promotional rates that only last a certain period of time, as you can see here. So, as it says below, promo rates for new clients including bonus of 0.71% for the first 12 months, meaning you have to be a new customer to get this rate, while the existing customers are stuck with a much lower rate of 4.1%. Now, this isn't a huge criticism, as plenty of other banks and cash ISA providers do offer promotional rates, but when Trading212 first launched their cash ISA, they didn't do this and offered the same interest rate for all of their customers. Like I said, it's not a major criticism, it's just a shame that they've decided to go with this model that rewards new customers and doesn't offer the same benefits for its long-term existing users. But that's not the main thing we need to discuss. The real issue is that if you wanted to transfer your ISA over to Trading212, you won't actually benefit from this increased rate, even if you're a new customer, as you only get this promotional rate if it's a new deposit as well. We have seen other providers like Plum do this, and we have criticised them for it as well, albeit the drop-off in their rates for new customers compared to those that transfer over are far more severe, 1.56% to be precise. But it's just something that isn't really fair on existing customers or those who want to transfer over, which is a shame. But that does mean that there are now better options out there on the market for generating interest. Obviously, they're still nowhere near the bottom of the list, as I have it filtered by lowest to highest in terms of easy access cash ISAs on the market, with some of them offering less than 1%, so clearly they've not fallen off that hard. But even if we look at the new customer rates, Trading212 aren't at the top of this list either, as they're beaten by Plum and Moneybox. Although Moneybox's rate is a bit misleading, as it's only a 3-month promotional period. However, if we filter the options by the existing customer rate, Trading212 dropped down again to 4th place at the time of recording, with other providers like Tembo offering significantly higher rates of 4.8%. Interestingly though, they don't want to offer promotional rates to new customers, and this is something that we do commend them for. A few months ago we did our annual awards and we actually praised them for this decision, and now it's come to the point where Tembo basically offer the best rate, especially if you want to transfer in your money from another provider. But if we were to filter by promotional rates again, then they would come out on top. So like I said, they're certainly not the worst option on the market, but they used to be the best, by far. Like, it wasn't even really close. And now they're just a good option amongst some others. If we look at their stocks and shares ISA though, we haven't really seen a drop off here, as it's probably easier for them to make money off of FX fees, deposit fees, bid-ask spreads, things like that, compared to their savings accounts where the money is kind of just sat there at the mercy of the returns they can generate from their savings partners and whatever else they do to generate money on cash savings. Coming back to the cash ISA though, the main issue we have here is that they're not rewarding loyalty. Why would you not want to reward loyal customers that are sticking around and using your platform? I get they want to funnel new customers through the door, but it just seems a bit unfair. When they first started offering promotional rates, we thought, oh, okay, this is a bit gimmicky, but at least they're still offering the best rates on the market. But sadly, this is no longer true, and currently they don't even offer close to the best rates for new customers or existing customers, which is a real shame. By the way, seeing as interest rates change so frequently, if you want to easily compare all providers and account types on the market, you can use our free comparison tool, which is what I've been using throughout this video, so I'll link that in the description if you want to check it out. I'll also link all of the leading options on the market at the time of recording, Trading 212 included, down below as well, and some of these links are affiliate links, but we are also affiliates of Trading 212 as well, so there's no conflict of interest or any reason for us to have bias towards a certain provider. It's just disappointing that Trading 212 used to be the best option on the market, and we really hope that they don't continue to fall down the pecking order.